Almost all of the whiskeys that you see right here were blended by different people with different philosophies and different trains of thought. Today, we're going to go through this blending process with Matthew Porter, ADHD Whiskey, Barrel King's Master Blender, world's top whiskey taster. He's got a lot of nicknames. Matt drove all the way across the country to come to Evernorth so that he could blend Nightstalker Volume 3 with us. Look who's here.
Hi.
Matthew Porter.
It's me. Is my mic on?
Today, we're going to figure out how Matt Porter, aka Head Blender, Master Blender at Barrel King, aka ADHD Whiskey,
Chief Tasting Officer. No big deal.
aka world's top whiskey taster. We're going to figure out how he blends whiskey.
I'm going to learn right along with me.
My arm's going to be exhausted with these pauses today. Okay, so listen, first things first. How do you want to start this?
Well, probably should taste a few things to see what you have, what you're willing to put into a blend.
We're going to be blending a bourbon. So this will be Nightstalker 3. The same way that we did it with Jared with Nightstalker 1, this will be done that way. So we're going to follow Matt's blending philosophies, go through these barrels with Matt, and then we'll put it together the way that you would like to do it. This is literally, truthfully, just to showcase the way that you like to blend.
That's just weird because how I'm used to blending. Leave me by myself with that camera.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's a different website. OnlyDans.com. We'll see you there. All right, so we're going to pull samples.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
I want to be a bit muggy today.
Yep.
My kiddos love it when I talk like this. They hate it, actually. It usually makes about 2 blocks before they're like, stop.
Shut up.
Oh, no, I can't stop.
So these are the barrels you were talking about initially. These are experimental Sagamore mash bill barrels.
I kind of have an idea of what those are.
Yeah, we tasted through probably 5 to 8 of those yesterday. 5-year Barton and 8-year Barton. We have high rye and low rye MGP, 21% and 36%. 2 barrels of 20% rye Sagamore that are 5 as well. That are like sweet, fruitier profiles. So to pull samples, where would you start having barrels at your disposal, not knowing only how that tastes? You know how normal MGP tastes. But
Yeah, a sample of each, like just to get
like a baseline?
That's typically what I would do.
Sure.
I'm not pulling from barrels typically. I have barrel samples that I work with, so that.
So let's get the samples, and then that'll feel normal for you.
That'll feel much more normal.
So you want to do a sample of each mash bill or something like that?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay.
And then that way we can see what works together, what doesn't, and then if we need an additional barrel that's similar, you know what I mean? Go from there.
Then we can go farther into those mash bills. We should sit and cross our feet together, and nobody would know that we were playing footsie while we did this. We have 6, samples to go through.
How big do you want Nightstalker to be? Like how many? What are we?
How big can you get it?
How do I know that? How would I know that?
However, like somewhere around 1,000 bottles would be cool.
Okay. We can add just like gallons and gallons and gallons
of water.
What I would hate to do is start to build a base of whiskey off of something you don't have much of.
Okay.
So what is?
We know this barrel's short.
That barrel is short.
Yep. The rest of these, we'll have something similar that's relatively full. That's the 25% rye Sagamore. So that's the experimental. Actually, nobody has even seen what happened with those on that barrel day. Which one did you just drink?
I just tried this Barton.
Okay, the 8-year-old Barton.
The nutty bugger. But I wouldn't rule it out.
Sure.
When you start adding to that, is that going to be able to, does it get sawdust note?
Right.
Is that going to go away?
Sure.
Or is it just going to remain?
You want to pipette?
What'd you call me? The 109, the 25% Sagamore.
Sagamore.
Give me that funky stuff.
All right, so in the glass you got 8-year high rye Barton, which is their 21% rye mash bill. You've got the 25% Sagamore bourbon that's experimental, and then you've got the off-profile MGP that's 8.5 years old.
2 to 1 to 1. This shines bright like a diamond.
Oh,
Shines bright. Hey,
it's real.
you asked for this.
How'd it go?
Let me swallow it. That's pretty funky. Then, it remains very nutty on the end. To be completely fair, I've never done anything like this before.
Do it however you want to do it.
You know why?
Why?
Because I've been working with the same mash bill.
Right, yeah.
Almost for I mean, when at Bardstown I worked with some different stuff, I'm actually kind of approaching this just to see what works.
Yeah.
Because with the same distillate, it's like working with different shades of the same color, just to see what works with what. This is like a whole coloring book.
Sure.
Or crayon box. Or,
Sure. When you buy new stuff and they come with tags on them, don't you hate that? When you pull them out,
That is so
sometimes it ruins the object.
Yeah.
Today's video is sponsored by Naf's Knives.
Now, I want to say I love this company so much because they have knives like this.
Yeah.
I saw this and it was like, I must buy this.
Yeah, they're great.
So this is the Lander one with the Space Kitty. I don't really know the name of it other than Space Kitty.
Yeah, legitimately.
So I already had the Lander 3. So your big difference right here is the difference between the clutch lock and the liner lock.
True.
It saves you a bit of money if you don't want the clutch lock system.
Yep.
Big fan though.
Also,
Real big fan.
can get the coolest scales for these. They just launched a bunch of new scales for these. And easy as hell to change.
And the Lander 3 is great with the clutch lock because you can take it apart, change the scales. Just as simple. It doesn't fall apart.
Yeah.
Big plus there.
Doesn't explode.
Yeah. Dan's got the Lander 2, which is a little bit bigger form factor than the Lander 1 and the Lander 3, which if you're a size queen like Dan, get the Lander 2.
The Lander 2 is my workhorse.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest, guys, I beat the living shit
I
out of
have
it.
ran this into so much stuff. I've already sharpened it twice because I keep folding the blade over by just running it into things, and it's fantastic.
And it does just fine.
Yep.
They hold up like you wouldn't believe.
So all you got to do, use the code right here on screen, nafs.com/bourbon. Get yourself a little discount on the things that you already need and want.
Listen, a
Knives.
knife
Everyone needs a knife.
A knife's a tool.
Yeah.
You should have one in
Just
your
like
pocket.
Dan.
It's
Support the people, supporting us. Go
Yep.
check them on out. If you're in need of a pocket knife, enjoy
For
a little
real.
discount.
Do it. It's a steal. It is the best deal,
It's
best value
steel.
knife. It is a steal.
Back to the video.
Okay, so I'm gonna mix the 21 and the 36. How come that smells so not like I thought I was gonna smell?
What'd you put together?
Look, just equal parts 36 and 21.
The on profile 21? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, I thought, yeah.
What's it smell like?
Nutty?
Oh, interesting. So we'd eliminate this barrel of 21. What do you think?
Eliminate it?
From blending and
It seems to take over.
because I think that if in multiple different blends now it's made it nutty.
This is much more difficult than what I'm used to doing.
Why do you feel weird?
I don't know,
Just do it. Do what you want.
because the world's watching.
My God. That's the 36%.
Okay.
So you like that idea for blending? Is that 30? You like that 36 for blending?
It's a happy place.
I agree.
So this is the 36% MGP, and I really like the idea of this.
The experimental bourbon.
It's weird,
Is it?
but kind of in a good way.
Okay.
Because I think it progressively gets stranger as it goes. And it's got a crazy finish on it. Like it keeps going and going and going and going.
Pick some distillates you want to use to blend with. We can pull more samples of those distillates,
Well, that makes sense.
and then we could start playing with what ones we want to dump together to create like the base or to do whatever you want. You know what I mean?
I like this.
Okay, you like the
weird
experimental.
Sagamore. We did the 36 MGP,
Yep. Put that whole thing in there.
the whole thing.
Yeah,
Can I
because-
taste this a little bit first?
Yeah,
Just
of course.
That's like David Blaine on a bad day.
Okay. Well, I don't.
You know what I mean?
We're doing it.
Your hands are big, but not too
Your
big.
hands are big, but
No,
perfect.
My hands are tiny.
So at this point, we're looking for one that won't make it nutty, because that one we found was nutty,
Yeah, it was
for
really-
weirdly, every time we blended it. We've pulled the two barrels you wanted, which is the 36 rye and the in barrel 109. So those are set aside as like the base. So now we're just looking for additive to build on top of that. Is that correct?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm looking for more like the absence of stuff, like that aggressive nuttiness that we got in the one barrel. Something that will maybe punch it up sweetness-wise.
You didn't even respond to my babe text this morning, which was kind of rude, wasn't it?
No, I smiled.
Did you?
Yeah.
It made you smile?
Yeah, because you said,
I love that.
I asked if you found Starbucks. You said, no thanks, buddy. Then you asterisk, no thanks, babe.
I said, no thanks, babe.
That feels
After.
so much better.
Yesterday you asked me to say that. I think that's my favorite one. I haven't tried this one, but that's my favorite one. But that one has, I mean, I drilled that barrel low and not a lot came out.
I get the most nuttiness off this one.
This one?
Yeah.
It was.
There is
So you get the most nuttiness on that.
yeah.
That's very interesting to me.
So what if we dump the two that we're thinking about and this 36%? And then we could either go in that direction with, so we'll sample that. And then we'll add like maybe a little 21%.
Okay.
Or some more of the
25
Sagamore.
sounds good.
Just to try to rebuild like whatever whatever the other 36% barrel.
Do you want to leave the 20% out?
For now.
Yep. Okay.
Because
then
we're just building on the same barrels, same sort of deal.
So that 36, this 36, that 25, and then go from there.
Then we'll taste it and then possibly add another 25.
Okay.
And then. Sean said we're
around 500 and change.
right.
580.
So this is like literally the building, like the base.
It's what some would call the foundation.
It's all about the foundation. Foundation, no trouble.
The nose is fucking awesome right now.
I haven't tried it.
It smells like coffee.
I love
it's
that
like-
nose.
Actually,
Definitely the 25.
It's like a French vanilla.
it needs to be.
Okay.
It needs to be sweetened up a bit. And sweetened
Okay,
up.
hold on. We're gonna have to do.
So steering right now, what do you want to try to look for? What are we targeting in your mind?
I think it needs something sweet and it needs to be not bright,
Okay.
but more red. This is new territory for me because I'm so totally used to having everything I can possibly work with in front of me. And
Right.
So it's like knowing that there are other options.
Yeah.
It's helping me grow.
Right,
honestly,
explore
like-
them. All right, we're out in the barn. Back to the 21s. There's the two from the pallet earlier. Sean liked one of those a lot.
I think it adds what Matt's looking for in the blend. I'm willing to be wrong, though.
I'm willing to bet you're wrong.
That's fine.
What are you willing to
I'm willing
bet?
to be wrong.
$11.
You taking the 11?
Yeah, I'll take that bet.
Okay, now who's the judge? This
We do
needs to be.
10?
The judge does need to be figured out before. You can't be the judge. You two are. It's conflict of interest for you two now.
We
That's off.
can,
Nick?
We'll give it to Brandon.
Have you ever blended something and had it be done in a day and you were like,
You
cool,
might
we're
have to
done
fly
forever?
David Blaine in to fix this for me.
Fly you in?
No, David Blaine.
PJ, gosh dang it.
If he's having a good day.
If only on good days.
Yeah.
I prefer this blend to all of them so far, even
So-
with S12 in it. Even S12, yeah.
What I'm tasting on that is something that I think will settle out. Or like
Oh, that's interesting.
round out.
Okay.
Because it's harsh. There are harsh notes in there that I would hope that revisiting it wouldn't be there. So I'm trying to ignore that. I'm just trying to like the flavors.
Let's do this. Let's leave a blend of with this barrel in the tank sitting in a glass for a while we play with some 25s. Sean won $11 from you.
Well, that's right.
That's on camera. Everybody already knows that, but we're catching up.
I did forget about that, Matt.
And so now, in theory, Sean's $11 actually was so validated that you liked it when you drank it, didn't know what it was. So we're gonna put this barrel of 21% rye MGP bourbon in,
Yep.
and a barrel up there of a 25% Sagamore bourbon.
5, 6,
You counting into the microphone? Not helpful.
6.
Piece of shit.
I have 6. I
All
owe you
right,
5.
cool. You know what?
Matt.
I don't want to do that.
So this is gonna be the end of the video for today, because this is gonna be the end of the day. But we are gonna dump this barrel,
Yep.
And we're gonna get that 25% Sagamore Experimental Bourbon out. And we're gonna dump that barrel in the tank, and we're gonna let them mingle for the next probably week.
Yeah.
This Nightstalker, I mean, they'll see the video probably the week before it comes out. This will come out sometime between August and November. So.
Go ahead.
You wanted to see my process.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It's
It's a process.
It's indecisive, is how I would. Why, hello. It's the next day. Today, back at Evernorth, checking on the tank, stirring the tank up, and then we're gonna see where it's at, and we're gonna see how much it's changed. Sometimes these things settle out. When you put all these whiskeys together, obviously there's a lot happening inside the tank, right? They're all becoming one, as science would call it. It makes the flavors change. It makes some things better. It makes some things worse. It can make things flat. It can make things hot. When they're all in there, they're gonna change probably for the next 5 to 7 days, maybe at a minimum, based on our, relatively small amount of experience. That has been the case. We do still have the Sagamore 20% rye. That is our contract that has not been blended in. That's still the plan. Probably want this to stop changing or settle out a little bit before we do that. Let's see where the tank is at. Oh my. It's pretty. It's a good start. Nobody hates that, Oh man. That smells really good. Honestly, for day after blending, that actually smells fantastic. Banana, a little, it's like really dark fruit, like dark red fruit. Maybe a molasses, a brown sugar note, a butter, a little barley. There's actually banana on the palate. Man, it tastes like Brown Foreman. It has plenty of viscosity now. The mouth feels great. It's a little tingly on the tongue, which is kind of cool. About almost 120. See you guys in like a 5 or 6 day period here. Actually, probably just after 4th of July, because that's when we're blending this. So we'll see you probably a week from today, I would bet, on this same tank. See you in a bit. After the whiskey settled out in the tank for quite a while, actually a few weeks, we actually thought Nightstalker 3 was done. We thought we had blended it. We thought we were finished. Brandon, in this very room, actually put it in a blind against Nightstalker 1 and 2 and another bottle. And we blinded it, and you're about to see an exact reenactment of that day.
Hey guys, I'm Brandon. Welcome back to the Bourbon Junkies. Today we're going to blind 4 whiskeys and see how they do. The guys have no idea what they are. One of them is Nightstalker 3.
All right, Glass Seed was definitely last for me. Brandon, what was Glass C?
Glass C's Nightstalker 3. Well, now we got to change Nightstalker 3 because clearly it's not done.
So needless to say, Nightstalker 3 needs some more work. Initially, we were bummed that it came in last. But the best part about being in a tank and being vatted and not being bottled is that you can still change it. So thankfully, actually, Brandon saved our asses a little bit. Let's find a barrel of whiskey that will give Nightstalker 3 the finish and the complexity that it's currently missing. I have maybe the perfect barrel in mind.
So we're working on finishing Nightstalker 3. So what we got going on right here, big old blend. Very full of whiskey. We were adding a little bit more whiskey. Dan, what are we adding?
Just a little bit of our high rye mash bill. Daddy had a dream. And that dream was this barrel would make it better, and it did. Everybody agreed that the tank was worse than the tank with this barrel.
Yes, 100% that. So
we let it sit for, a week or two, and then we'll come back. But she's a full gal. All right, there's 4 glasses. Don't mix up the order, though. Do not mix. If you mix up the order, we're shot. Now, this is going to be really interesting because I haven't drank one of these. So I don't even know what one of them tastes like. But I don't want to say what the ones are because I don't want Sean to have any preconceived thingers.
Holy smokes. I like the punchiness of A,
Okay.
but it probably goes C, D, A, B.
C, D, A, B. D is Nightstalker 3 at 110 proof.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, we've not tried that yet.
We have not
That's why I
played the
did
proof
that.
at all. What is C?
Nightstalker 3. Without water in it.
Fuck yeah, we bottle that.
So-
We bottle that. What's
So
A and
that-
B?
1 and 2.
Oh.
I just didn't want to tell you knew the 3.
You have to try it at,
Like that?
yeah, here, try C and D. Here.
I'll just close my eyes and hand the glasses.
Okay.
All right, Okay, that one's sweeter. First one was more complex, I think. The second one was sweeter. It just feels softer than, it just doesn't have like the same, oh, that might be my favorite nose. Is that the first, that might be first place. It's either that or maybe glass 2. The first glass I drank is the one I'm picking for first place.
The first glass that you drank.
Yeah.
That is Nightstalker 3 at 110.
Is it really?
Yeah. And the one that you're putting second is Nightstalker 3 at full proof.
At cask.
Yeah.
Man. That's why
So we both
Jeez,
picked Nightstalker 3
first and second.
first and second,
Just
but
different proofs. No, the thing that nobody knows is that pre-adding the 35, 1 and 2 beat it.
oh yeah, we had done this kind of blind before. And 1 and 2 were both above Nightstalker 3. You drink both of those and you let me know which one's your favorite.
This one. It's the.
Yeah, so we go cast then.
Was that cast drink?
Yep. He's a pick cast drink.
You sure? You hit it to him
Is that
backwards?
No, C is cast drink.
That's better.
Oh, yeah.
That's better nose and palate.
Okay, she's done.
Finished.
Wrap. That's a wrap, dude.
All right, Brandon, get the party, the bottling party set up.
And then patrons, you guys, this is a big release. 1,160 bottles, you thought?
I do like Sean's like plan a label party. Labels aren't approved yet.
No. I said plan the party.
Can't plan it. Don't know when they're getting approved.
He's not completely wrong, but
Are we running a illegal bottling operation here?
No.
Brandon drawing owls
Hey,
on paper.
buddy, we can bottle it. I didn't say we had to label it.
Yeah, well, why have the party when we don't have the label?
Lord knows, we might have a labeler by then.
Yeah, hopefully we have a labeler by then. All right. So that's that. Nightstalker 3 is finished. We close the door on that. We start blending an Exodus rye very shortly with
Two.
friends.
David and Kira.
Dave and Kira are going to be coming up and helping us start the next Exodus 2.